BurbankLife.net.
I'm Robert Vincent for BurbankLife.net, and I've got a surprise for you. We've got the brand new 2011 RA, that's Rescue Ambulance, here at Station 13. We're going to talk to the guys and see how it's equipped, on how it's different, and the newest addition to the fleet. I'm here with Captain Kenahan, and this is pretty amazing. Thanks for letting us have the first sneak peek. Tell me about this vehicle.
Well, what we've got here is the latest addition to the Burbank Fire Department fleet. There's 3 of them. They're all like units, and this is what we refer to as our RA, which is our rescue ambulance. And what this will do is respond to EMS calls, emergency medical calls throughout the city. It will have 2 paramedics on board, and we handle advanced life support calls.
It looks pretty beautiful and pretty meaty. I'm liking this exactly. What's happening? I heard that there's going to be something going on in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas, what's going on there is the big EMS convention, and we are working with Leader on the build for these ambulances, and it's quite an honor to be selected to have your vehicle go to any of these big conferences to be on display, and we've been selected, and it's going to represent Leader at the week-long conference in Vegas with our equipment here.
So, Captain, this rig is pretty impressive on the outside. Anything new on the inside?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things new on the inside because the EMS division, as well as the fire service as a whole, is always evolving. It's always changing, and we're always trying to keep up and adapt to these changes. One of the changes right here is a small refrigerator, and people might joke, oh yeah, it's good for water and sodas, but I assure you that's not what it's for. It's for hypothermic IV treatment. It's a new county protocol that's coming down, and that's used to treat people that have been in full arrest. And
what's the difference? Why would that be important?
Well, I'm not a paramedic, but I believe it's to simulate, how somebody comes out of a frozen lake or something like that. They're have a better chance and of survival, and I believe that's what the IV solutions being chilled are all about. So,
well, that's pretty excellent. This is really, really impressive. And I know that now next week, this is going to be an ongoing project. It's going to take, what, 2 to 3 weeks to fully outfit it?
Yeah, right now what we did was this is the first delivery, the first rig, and we brought this one in and started the striping process. But like we talked about before, this one's off to Vegas to showcase the city of Burbank and pride in our equipment that the city was so able to provide for us with their fine fiscal planning. And so it's off to Vegas with this one, the next one coming in next week, and then we're going to start the striping process. And Engineer Hannock, who's also been involved with the project, as well as firefighter paramedic Steve Byrne, are going to start installing the communications, the headsets. We have a mobile data transmitter that needs to be installed, and stuff like that. And then it'll be filled up, and it'll be out on the streets here shortly.
It looks really spacious in here, and I'm noticing a little extra room for the folks.
Yeah, what we've done is we've designed this to carry multiple patients. The latest thing is all these traumatic and disasters going on, and we want the capability of carrying more than one patient. So what we've got here is actually a new state-of-the-art gurney right here. It's different than what we've got now. This is real nice. It's able to be handled by one person, taking it into the house. It's more maneuverable. And the nice thing is, if unfortunately anybody's ever been taken to the hospital by us, sometimes we had to move them twice just to get them to the gurney. Right. This folds into a wheelchair. We can wheel it right into the bedroom, wow. Help load them up, bring it out, lay it down flat, and then put it back in the ambulance. Right here where we're sitting, we can actually put a backboard or somebody on a stretcher right here to carry a second patient. It comes to a point where you can only take so many patients to one hospital, one emergency room, because they can only handle so many, but we have the capability here. Also, right here, we can carry a couple minor people where your cameraman's sitting there, and that's a special chair at the head of the gurney because that's designed to be able to carry children and infants and infant car seats. We don't have that capability now, and we come into a lot of situations where if the parents or somebody are involved in a traffic collision, or if they're stuck at home and their spouse is off at work, we have a child we have to contend with too. So we'll take the parent, whoever's involved, and we also have to tend to the children. So that's a special seat that legally we can secure children and car seats into that. So it's a very highly technical seat.
You can tell by the cross buckle and what have you easily for the carriers.
Right, right. And some people with minivans might recognize the back flips down like a minivan, and there's small seatbelts in there too for children and stuff too.
Excellent.
So it's a really nice setup. Some of the other things are, the oxygen system's changed a little bit for some new equipment that we've got coming down the pike, and lots of room, and it's going to be a fine piece of equipment serving the citizens of Burbank.
How many units are we going to have altogether?
Well, this is going to replace all the current frontline ambulances right now, so there's 3 coming.
Nice.
And then the current RAs are going into a reserve status for a few years.
Very nice. Well, I really appreciate that, and we're going to go outside, talk a little bit more, and catch the rest of the view of this beautiful truck. You know, with this impressive heavy-duty piece of equipment, is it on a special chassis, or what exactly is it, going on here?
Well, yeah, actually it is a special chassis. It's on an ambulance chassis, but it's a 2011 Ford F550. Now, the 550, most people are used to an F150 or 250 or 350, right. And basically that refers to its carrying capacity, which is its GVW. Now, this one's a 550. It goes from a 350 to a 450 to 550. And we came about that number and that weight rating because when you're speccing out a vehicle to be purchased, the manufacturer actually adds up, remember all those seats inside we talked about, they figure weight in each one of those seats, plus you have to have a carrying capacity to put all the goodies in it. Mm-hmm. So that's where we came up with 550 during the
So what does 550 mean? There was not pounds. It's
well, that's just a reference to it's a 17,500 pound GVW chassis.
Wow.
So you can put that much weight on the chassis, and proportionally to the front and the back.
If you've got 2 paramedic or one inside, one driving, plus 5 folks in there, you've got almost 2,000 pounds of people.
Yeah, yeah. So that all has to be figured into the works. Plus, you have to, like in this bin right here, we load a big oxygen cylinder in here. We've got some firefighters' turnouts and stuff and pry bars that's going to be in this bin.
Yeah, what do you have back here?
Back here, this bin is one of the most used bins on the apparatus. What we've got is usually store 3 backboards. These are called flats. These are a unique device we use quite a bit. They actually fold in half, so you're able to carry it in certain places and out of places easily if the gurney can't make it in there. So we always carry a couple of those. This is a really neat setup that we actually have on our current rigs, and we're continuing to carry. It's called a stair chair. What it does, it looks like a little robot with tracks down the back that we can load somebody up on it and wheel them down the big flight of stairs or several flight of stairs without hurting our backs as much. And it goes down on the little, almost like tractor tracks.
Wow.
So that's a real nice deal. And there's going to be, once this is outfitted, these are all going to be full of different supplies and pieces of equipment that we'll use every day in the field.
Well, so far, very, very impressive. I know upcoming, following through, we're going to have Engineer Hannick tell us exactly what's going to be going on with the inside with the communications and such.
Yeah, we are, when this goes off to Vegas, the next one's coming back, and that's when Engineer Hannick's going to take over and do his magic with all the communications and all the radios and our mobile data transmitter and all the other goodies that the electronic wizard's going to take care of. And then you're welcome to come back a little bit after that and interview firefighter paramedic Steve Byrne. He's the other member in this process that we originally set out to design this piece of equipment with, and he'll be overseeing the outfitting on the paramedic end of it. So you're welcome to come back anytime.
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to talking with Engineer Hannick because from what I'm told, he's forgotten more about electronics than we'll ever know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's a little bit on the scary side. He knows so much. So, yeah, he's a great asset to the city, and yeah, he does good work. So,
thank you, Captain Ken Hannick, and we'll be talking very soon.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.